Hey everyone, welcome to my channel ASP.NET Core, and today I'm going to show you the next video of your shopping cart project. And in this video I'm going to add a new repository that is the order repository. So just add IOrderrepository, and you can say here we have some unimplemented functions. So add unimplemented function, but before going for unimplemented functions, just add just inherited with the I repository of the order class. Okay, so everything you know about I repository, that is a generic repository where your all common functions are there. And the next is unimplemented functions. You can add it here, like IEnumerable of order, get orders, integer user ID. Just you want to get, if you want to get all orders, then you just get orders by their user ID. And order view model, that is the get order details. Here we have a string ID, and paging list with the order view model. So here we have a order list. So just add a new item class, that is order view model. And in the order view model you just add related to the orders detail. So here we have these properties in the order view model. Here we have a ID, payment ID, user ID, currency, total, and tax, grand total, and created date. And here we have item view model also there. We have the items, and locality is also there. So just you can initialize the item view model by their list of item view model. Okay, so here we have a order view model created. Now just go for the paging list. There is the second unimplemented function written. So just resolve order view model with the namespace, and here we have a paging list with the order view model. Okay, so just resolve order view model and the paging list. Paging list, I mean to say that in page number and the page size, just you can just pass. And just add a new paging list. And in the paging list you can just add list of data first of all, and the total number of pages, and page size. And the paging list is actually a type of template, because any data you want to take page, like the list of orders, list of cart, and list of users. So you can take order of type T, so list of T data, and here we have a integer total pages, total items, and integer page number, and here we have page size. Okay, so here we have 4 data, the list of data, page number, page size, total pages. Okay, so in the paging list, just all these are resolved. Now just you have to add repository for this interface. Order repository. In order repository, first of all make a public class that is inherited with the repository of order, as well as IOrder repository. So here we have a order repository, just you can add order repository all okay, and also you can add application DB context from the cart repository. So here we have a cart repository, and just you can add application DB context. The same thing you can do in the order repository. Okay, so everything is clear. Now just go for the actually cart is not implemented in the cart repository, so just first of all implement this function. So get cart by ID. So here we have a get cart by their cart ID. So just you can say context.carts.include items. A cart have with the items also. So dot where c dot id is double equals to cart id, and c dot active, I mean to say that cart is active. So just get the first dot default the cart and return the cart. Okay, so you can check the cart model first of all, and you can see that cart have a items. So cart have a list of items, list of cart items, and the property name is item. So just include the property name instead of class name. Okay, so the next is unimplemented method, that is get cart details. Actually get cart details is get from the cart and just return the cart view model. So cart view model is actually hold cart items also. So here we have a link queries, and each steps are discussed one by one. So just if you want to cart view model, so first of all get the cart view model, and you can see in the cart view model here we have a ID, user ID, total, tax, grand total, created date, and items. So here we have a items view model, and items view model is actually hold the items. Okay, so you can say that cart items. So here we have a items view model, and items view model have a item ID. So you can say that items is actually just focus on the items ID. So here we have a item view model. Okay, so item view model is there. So in the cart repository, first of all get the cart details. So just cart from db in context.carts. Okay, so cart from db.id is double equals to cart ID, and cart from db.isActive is equals to true. Then you get just get from the carts detail. So in the cart view model, just put these information like ID, user ID, and created date from the cart, that is getting from the database. Okay, so here we have a ID, user ID, and created date is there. Items, where you want to get the items. So in the cart items, here we have. So here we have a cart items. So just context dot here we have a cart item in context dot cart items. Okay, but join that cart items in the item table. So join item in context dot items on cart item dot cart id. Sorry, cart item dot item id equals to item dot id. So here we have a cart items, and here we have a item ID is also included in the cart items. So here we have a item, and these all are information are there: item ID, title, description, image, URL, category ID, item type ID, category and type item ID is also there. So just go so here we have a item ID. So item cart item is actually mapped with the item table. So here we have join item is actually just get from the context.items, but item table is actually mapped with the cart items. So cart item dot item ID is equals to item dot ID. Okay, so just get the cart items. Cart item dot cart ID is double equals to cart ID. So here we have cart ID in the cart item table. Okay, so you just get the cart items from the context where your cart item dot cart id is double equals to cart id. So just put that information from the item view model. So here we have just put the information, because cart view model hold the cart items. So id, name, description, image URL, quantity, item id, unit price, just get from the cart item dot id, item dot title, and these are. Okay, so unit price is there, cart item dot unit price dot to list. So just getting the list of items, and only cart view model have a single item, so just get the first or default. So here we have a cart view model. The next one is update cart. So update cart is very easy, by just first of all get the cart by their cart id. So here we have, that is already getting from the above example. So update the user id with the cart id. And the next one is update quantity. Update quantity is depending on the quantity, item id and the cart id. So first of all get the cart from by the cart id from the database table. So here cart from db is getting from the cart id, and check cart from db is not equals to null, then you have a cart items in the cart items in the cart. So here we have a cart from db dot items of id is double equals to item id, that is already selected, that is newly selected by the customer. If it is the same, then you can increment by 1. Thank you very much for watching.